Mabel and Don't Call Me Up on MKFM.
So don't call me up.
It's Monday afternoon with Oliver, just gone 20 past 12, and this is the MKFM lunch break. Today we are talking with Rachel, who is the chief exec of charity Ride High. I interviewed Rachel earlier on today, so here is what happened when we caught up with Rachel.
Oh, it's delightful to be here.
Rachel, Ride High is a charity that I have been aware of for many years. I've known of you and I've heard of you, but if you asked me exactly what you do, I would never have been able to tell you. Do you want to tell us a bit more about Ride High?
Yes. So Ride High was set up 10 years ago, and we work with some of Milton Keynes' most disadvantaged children. And those are children who might be in foster care and struggling to cope, might be feeling suicidal, might be caring for a parent or siblings, might be living in poverty, or just a horrible mix of any of those things. So all the children are referred to us by childcare professionals, and we take children into Ride High based on their need. So all the children in Ride High, that's 88 children a week, are Priority 1 children who really need our help.
And I'm assuming from the fact that it's called Ride, it's got something to do with horses.
It has got something to do with horses. I mean, horses, we teach the children to ride. And on the back of that, having got their interest and enthusiasm, we then work with them to develop a whole range of social skills. So they come to us for 2.25 hours. They spend an hour with the horses, not just riding, but grooming and getting to know the horses. And then they spend another hour in our club room. We do a whole range of lovely exercises and arts and crafts, which are great fun, but they're also designed to build self-confidence and self-esteem, to help with teamwork, to build speaking and listening skills. Quite often, children who come to us aren't speaking at all. They are so depressed and lonely, isolated, and our job is to help them find their voice.
I think when it comes to animals, many people will associate dogs with aging, that kind of thing. But how much can horses help as well?
Horses are quite remarkable creatures because if you think about them in the wild, they are flight creatures. They're animals that survive by escaping from predators. So they are incredibly sensitive and intuitive. And so if you are non-threatening to them, they will bond with you. They're always looking out for signs that we may not be aware we're giving out. But for instance, if you're feeling very sad, then a horse will come up to you and nuzzle you. Now, we may not be aware that we're projecting those feelings. If, for instance, we're in a very bullying mood, the horse will just back off a little bit. So we use the horses to teach children about how their inner state is affecting the way they project themselves in the outside world. So a lot of our children, for instance, might find it very difficult to make or sustain friendships. So we use the horses to say, let's work with the horse and see what's happening. Why do you think that horse might be backing off you? Or what have you just said that has made that horse feel, actually, no, you're a safe person? So the horse is always judging, is this a safe person? And so often with our children, the horses react so sweetly, really softly.
I was going to ask, how special is it that first time when you see a child meet that horse and the relationship is instantly built?
Well, what we find is quite often children who have nothing to hope for or look forward to, that they will come round a horse and smile for the first time. And that is really special. Then we find that if we have a child who won't speak at all, quite often we can leave them sort of semi-unaccompanied with a pony, and it'll be the pony that the child first talks to. It's not an adult or a colleague or someone of their own age. It's the pony. And once the child has started talking to the pony, we know we can make a huge difference to that child's life.
Lewis Capaldi and Someone You Loved on MKFM. This is Monday's MKFM lunch break. Every day we talk to a different guest about something happening in Milton Keynes, a business and a charity. And today it is the charity Ride High Equestrian Centre, based so close to central Milton Keynes. Fascinating catching up with Rachel, who's their chief exec. I caught up with her earlier on this morning, and here is the next part of our interview. So everything begins with the horse and the meeting of the horse, and that relationship is built very quickly, and it's a very special thing to see. After they've met the horse, and I guess things then move back into the clubhouse, what kind of things does Ride High support with, and what workshops are you doing with these children?
Well, the first thing we do is children join a group of 8. And that group will stay very much the same group of children for a reasonable amount of time. Could be 3 months, could be more.
Yeah.
So the first thing is children are coming into a safe environment. There are never fewer than 2 adults. This is a place, possibly one in the only place in their lives where they can't be bullied, that every time they come, they are praised for doing something great. And this is where they start to make friendships. These may be the only friends they have in their lives. So that's key. So we do a whole range of projects, and it might be creating a booklet about Ride High, or let's put down in a little book, what have we learnt about a horse today? We can learn that, does a horse eat peanuts? No, by the way. And does a horse sleep standing up? Yes, it does. So those are sort of projects that we put together. So some of the children come to us, and when they're at school, they simply won't pick up a pencil. But if you can use their enthusiasm for a pony and what they've learnt about a pony, they'll happily do a quiz or write the pony's name or start drawing. So we use those activities to develop skills, literacy skills. But then sometimes one of the children might have had a horrible time at school and might have been bullied very badly. And we may just then think, all right, we won't do that project. We're going to talk about bullying, and we're going to say, how would we deal with that? And the great thing about that project is the other children start supporting the one that's been bullied.
Yeah.
So you're all the time just building that sense of confidence and self-esteem.
Earlier on today, I caught up with Rachel, who is the chief exec of charity Ride High. How many times and how amazing is it when you have seen a child that has entered your doors, either very nervous, very shy, whatever difficulties that they're having in their life when they first come to you, and at the end of their time at Ride High, or as time progresses with Ride High, their life has been completely changed. Is that the most wonderful feeling?
Of course it is. I mean, it is extraordinary to look at a young person who, for instance, comes into Ride High and won't speak. And then they progress, and by the time they're leaving, they're chatty and they're thriving.
Yeah,
So 90% of children leaving us are in full-time school and thriving. And if you think how they come to us, these very small children who are squashed by life, it's absolutely thrilling to see them go out and know that they're going to achieve. It's the best.
In terms of how you fund and run and make money, how does the business side of things work?
Well, we're a registered charity, and it costs nearly £400,000 a year to run Ride High. And so what we do is we run a fundraising ball every year. That's important. But we also apply for grants. But another key thing we've just done is we have what's called a trading subsidiary. So like Oxfam has shops, we have a riding school for the public. And so down at Loughton, which is right in the middle of town, I mean, it's, where are we? We're at the centre now, and it's 2 minutes drive from here in Loughton. We have 37 acres, and we run a proper commercial riding school. So parents bring their children to ride with us, and then perhaps particularly mums come and ride during the day when the kids are at school. So that commercial activity, every single penny of profit that comes out of those riding lessons goes into the charity. So we are truly a social enterprise. So anyone who's coming to ride over February half term or Easter, every bit of profit is actually helping disadvantaged children.
And how many children a year are you supporting?
We support 88 children come into our centre every week. Now, some of them will come for 3 months, some will come for perhaps up to a year, depending on how long they need us for.
Yeah.
So over a year, we deal with probably 300 children.
Wow.
And although it's not, I mean, you might get a football centre that's dealing with thousands. What we're doing is trying to make sure that we're changing lives profoundly, which is why they need to come to us, not just for the odd session or odd 4 sessions, but they come repeatedly week after week.
And this isn't about just coming once, riding a horse, and that being it, off you go. This is genuinely about impacting each and every single child's life that comes to you, however long that needs to take.
That's absolutely right. And we know each child really well. They're all individuals. We don't have a set programme. Every child is referred to us for a different set of issues. And they're only in groups of 8. So our brilliant, skilled club leaders know each of those children really well.
MK, Jonas Blue, Becky Hill. It is Back and Forth on MKFM. It's Monday afternoon with Oliver on the MKFM lunch break. Today I caught up with Chief Exec of charity Ride High, Rachel, telling us all about the Ride High Equestrian Centre in Milton Keynes and everything that they do. A fascinating place. It's been wonderful learning more about them. Here is the final part of our conversation. February half-term coming up in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be busy for you at Ride High.
It is busy because the work with the children, the charity children, doesn't stop. But through the riding school, we just offer a whole range of activities for children to come in during half term to get involved with ponies. So we run a pony hour for children who are 7 and under, and you can come and ride and use stroke. So it's a real introduction to riding and also to horse care. And quite often children love that sort of grooming side as much as they like the riding. And then we run a 2-hour sort of pony fun session. And then we have, for people who've ridden before, we have longer days between 10 and 4. So you can come and hang out and have full days of activities. Yeah. And we even run a 3-day pony camp over half term. So there's loads to do for kids at the Ride High Equestrian Centre.
If people want to support you, whether that will be financially in donating and supporting the brilliant work that you do, it could be that people are interested in the riding school side of things as well. Or perhaps someone has a child that thinks, you know what? I really want to talk to you about whether you could help. How should people get in touch and find out more about you guys?
Well, our centre is called the Ride High Equestrian Centre. So if you want to come and ride, come to look at ridehighequestriancentre.co.uk. So that's the commercial side. And that's where you'll find absolutely everything about what we do.
Yeah.
In terms of the charity side, it's ridehigh.org. And it's anyone who's really interested in the charity side should look at Jeremy Vine's Facebook page because he's our patron.
Yeah.
And he's just posted some wonderful videos. He's just been to visit us over the last weekend. He's just posted some wonderful videos all about the Ride High Equestrian Centre. So that's really worth a watch.
Fantastic stuff. Well, we'll get all of that put on our Facebook page as well and our website too, which is mkfm.com. Rachel, thank you so much for coming in today. It's been lovely to hear about Ride High and we'll definitely be visiting soon.
Excellent. Nice to be here.